All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol PLTR. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So right now, I don't usually use the technicals here, but I've been using it lately in the last couple of videos to kind of give a little bit of further insight. And for PLTR, even though it's going in a downtrend, it's still showing a buy rating. So let's look at what the short-term and long-term technicals are showing. So they have one neutral for the 1 day and two buys. For the 1 week, it's going in the other direction. We got one saying strong sell, another one saying sell, and the moving averages are showing otherwise to buy. For the 1 month, everything's kind of neutral right now. I guess there's not enough information per se, due to the fact that this IPO'd in October, so they don't really have enough information to kind of say, okay, what's going to happen in the next month, because this has grown tremendously. And it's hit highs here of 33, down here at 30, and it's hit lows of about 21, and the most recent lows were like around 25, and we're sitting at the $26 range. So I could see why it's a little bit difficult to say what's going to happen in the next month or what the technicals are showing, but it's pretty interesting. The 1 day is showing buy, and then when you go to the 1 week and 1 month, it's showing sell. Now, as we speak about PLTR, I've done a video about this on what ARK Invest has been buying and getting a larger position in. And this is one of those stocks that as it's going downwards, they've been buying more. They bought a lot here on this dip too, as it was rising. And now as it's been suddenly, leveling off or kind of in a slow pace downward direction, because if you don't realize it, it's pretty subtle how it's going downwards. The question is this going to peak up and go down again and then continue that trend? Or is this actually going to level off and go down even more, or will there be a reversal? That's what we need to watch for here based off the charts and stuff. But right now, let's look at what's important for Monday. And I want us to pay close attention to those recent lows as well. Like, it was touched twice here before the recovery started, and that is down here at 2143. I'd write that down. Super important number. You want to keep that number in mind according to the volatility if it takes it downwards. And then the highest point reached after that recovery, before it was way higher, but before it even gets to this point, you're going to want to watch here this highest point before it started to fall again, and that's 3087. Those 2 points right there are pretty important for the next coming weeks and months. So let's zoom in here and see what is important for tomorrow. I mean, this broke through support, broke through the 50-day moving average. I mean, it did a lot. Volatility was pretty wild. And let's look at our resistance and support based off the last couple hours of the day. And we're going to see here how there's different support levels and resistance levels you want to keep in mind as well apart from these. So we're going to look at this pretty narrowed in, and then we're going to look at it a little bit broader than what we see here. So the first thing is the 50-day moving average. We're below it right now, and that's 26.42. I'd write that down. As long as we're below it, the bears are in control, and we're at $26. And the moment we're above it, the bulls are starting to gain leverage, but they want to pull away from it to gain more control over the chart. So in the very near term, if any of these supports or resistance get broken through, we want to look at what's the next support level after that. So the next support level after the support level we're about to talk about is 25.12. You can write that down. That's important for the next coming days or even week. And the highest point before it actually started to fall was 27.22. That's an important resistance level if this resistance level gets broken through for the next coming days and week. So let's look at our support. Our support here is showing that, let's get it to the T, it is 25.88. If 25.88 gets broken through, this could be on its way down to newer lows, newer support levels, and I want every single investor to keep in mind that we're already in bearish territory, and breaking through that support just means that we're pulling further away from the 50-day moving average, deeper into newer lows, newer support levels, and deeper into bearish territory. So you want to keep that in mind and pay very close attention to how the stock is reacting and how quickly is it moving to these lows. On the other hand, we have our resistance. That resistance is 2670, and that is a very important point for the bulls to break through. That's the highest point right after it actually recovered from falling into bearish territory, where the bulls were trying to build some momentum and then they got torn down again. That's the highest point before the fall here and these lows that we see here. So 2670 is very important. Yes, 2642 gets them into bullish territory, but breaking through 2670 and turning it into a support will allow the bulls to pull further away from the 50-day moving average in that upward direction to reach newer highs, new resistance levels, and get deeper into bullish territory. So it's going to be very, very important for the bulls to do that. Obviously, they have a long stretch to go. Their first step is 2642, and then they should work from there and get past 2670, turn that into a support so they can pull away and reach newer highs. So it's going to be something to watch for. Keep in mind those other cues that I stated for the next coming days and weeks according to the volatility of where the stock goes, and we'll have to see how this one plays out. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video, and in that video, I will be discussing about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points on scheduled dates. As you see here on the graph, these circles are the dates that the pumps have happened, and I use them as examples to show you guys how much the stocks have risen, and the S&P 500 index rose on those dates. And the reason why it's rising is due to the fact that the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets. On these dates, the charts and the dates speak for themselves, as we can see it here, and I break it down into more detail in the video. But just to summarize it, on these dates, the S&P 500 rises, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it, anywhere from 30 cents to $3 per share. I know it may not seem like a lot, but per share that does add up, and these individual ticker symbols are giving you back profits. These are profits, and like I always say, profits are profits. Whether it's $1 put into the market and you get back $2, you've put in an initial investment and you got back more than what you started with. That's what it's all about. And also in the video, I go into further detail showing you guys these dates and showing you how much it rose. Like for example, this was one of the last pump dates, and the lowest point that it reached was down here at 35.11, and the highest point reached was 35.57. That's like a 40-point jump. And here we're seeing the same thing. It went down to 35.88, and it rose up to about, I'd say, let's see, this is all still in the same day. It rose up to about a total amount of 36.23. When you do the math, that's almost a 40 to 50 point jump, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with this. Now, I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm just here to inform every single investor on the great news, on the opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses. You have to do your due diligence and research, but these charts and the dates speak for themselves. I mean, this was probably one of the largest jumps that I've seen in the last couple of pumps, and it was down here at 33.02, and it rose up to about 33.88. That was an 80-point jump. There was probably ticker symbols rising up more than $3 per share on those dates. And even on these dates, there's individual ticker symbols rising more than $3 per share. Check it out, see for yourselves, and my best advice is look for ticker symbols that may be resembling the behavior of the S&P 500 index, and you'll be able to go ahead and give it a shot. Check it out. Again, I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm just here to go ahead and share the information along with every single viewer and investor. The video should be popping up soon. If you haven't seen it already, pop up. There is the link down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.